Hold on, actually my battery was down.
No problem.
Yeah, Gopi. You are in control now.
Yeah.
So go back to app service.
Yeah.
Click that one. First, you have to go to the URL of development. So click your app. No, click your app. Gopi app. Yeah. Go to your first. You check your production URL.
Okay.
So by default, you have a production URL, right?
Yeah.
Click the production URL.
Same thing, right?
So production is still showing you the default one, right?
Yes.
Now check your development URL. So click slot, deployment slot, left hand side. Click development. So it is going to give you a dev URL. Yeah, copy this dev URL. Now paste the dev URL on top. You get that?
Yeah.
This is what we have make yesterday changes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it means that your dev URL contains the updated code, and you are, let's say, a dev testing team. So you, let's say you are a 10 people. So all you 10 people will analyze this app, and then you get go ahead. Yes, it looks fine. After your go ahead, UAT team will also test the app. So go to the UAT URL now. Go back to your app service again. Click app service. Now click UAT URL. So both dev and UAT URL have same app, right? Click deployment slot again. And this time you are going to check the
UAT.
UAT URL. So your production is still running the old app, right?
Yes.
Go and push it there. Hit enter. So Gopi app hyphen UAT or Gopi app hyphen dev
Yeah.
both have same website, because this both had been updated by my DevOps tool, but my production is still not, right? Because
Yeah.
still we have not deployed anything on production.
Yeah.
Correct? Huh? Now go to the release, Azure release. Now let's release to the production. But production release you have to do manually. So click prod, click deploy below. Just say deploy.
Yes.
You have a deploy. You have a 3 ways to deploy. Yeah. Just click deploy, this blue button. Now you have to give a comment. Deploying on production by production engineer. Yeah, just say all okay.
Deploy.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not deployed. Look at what it is saying.
Approved.
What is saying?
Approved.
Pending approval. Look at that on top.
Yeah, this one.
Right? So until and unless it is not approved,
Yeah.
you cannot deploy. Because you're deploying on production, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So click approve now. Now, as a approver, since I am approver, it is showing my name, right? Bipin Sinha. I have to justify, right?
Okay.
I approve on the basis of feedback from my UAT and dev team. Because you cannot take blame on you, right? So I say that my dev team and UAT team has given me a feedback that it is running fantastically. That's why I'm approving.
Yeah.
So click approve now below.
So you can differ also.
Yeah, you can defer also. Yeah, yeah. Let me review. Then I will do that. Okay. Now you can cross. Now it's queued, right?
Yeah. Now it will pull the code from here.
Yes. I hope now you get the whole picture.
Yeah, yeah. Like
How
more.
exactly a DevOps flow work in
Yes.
production environment.
Yes. Maybe I just wanted to give a suggestion. So whenever we see that playlist right in the YouTube,
Hmm.
so for example, it will be like day wise. It will be easier to like.
It's not day wise, it's a topic wise. So if you go, you will see a topic name.
Hmm. Okay. So for example, if it is like for example day wise, it will be easier for us,
Day
right?
wise, it will not be easier for you because you do not remember
Hmm.
which day you learn what. How you want to search? Where when I learn Git
Okay.
or when I did a pipeline, correct? No?
Hmm.
So you have to search according to the subject name.
Okay.
Otherwise, day one, what you learn day one, can you tell me? Or what you learn on day 9, can you tell me? You can't tell me because you do not remember.
Okay.
You only learn the topic, right?
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
yeah, you never understand the
Hmm.
because no one remember the days wise. I also, if you ask me, sir, what you teach me on 17th day, I don't remember. I said, I can't tell you.
Okay. No, it's not like numbering. I'm saying just numbering, not day wise, but at least numbering. So this today is the last date, for example. It should be maybe we have completed some 10.
So last day you did project, so you have to search from project.
Oh, okay.
You understood my point, right?
Hmm.
Yesterday you did cloud DevOps, so you have to search a topic cloud DevOps.
Okay.
So every video we have given a very uh, clear title.
Okay.
It's a GitHub. It's a GitHub. What in a GitHub? So let's
Okay.
say when you did a Git CMD, you will found that GitHub and then hyphen Git CMD.
Okay.
When you did Jenkins pipeline, then you see Jenkins pipeline.
Okay.
So this is how we divide the topic so that it's easy. So now, what you understand the Gopi, the whole scenario. It means that if people use DevOps, this is how they have a whole flow.
Okay.
It is now end to end. End means first end when the developer develop the code.
Yeah.
What is the second end? When developer push the code.
Hmm.
What is the third? When something is pulled by the code. Correct? Huh?
Yeah.
So it means that everywhere we have a different stage to work on.
Okay.
And this is what we make this DevOps, you can say, a kind of a very meaningful way of managing my complete production. Now look at that. There is only two people working now.
Yeah.
One is a developer
Okay.
and one is a production engineer.
Hmm.
Because UAT team, we do not need there.
Hmm.
Testing team, we not need there because it deploy the app in UAT and testing automatically, right?
Yeah.
We we do not need anyone presence.
Yes.
We only need a presence of my production team. Why production team? Because production team have to do it manually.
Yes.
है ना? Production cannot be automatically.
Correct.
So I can save the cost of tester. I can save the cost of UATR.
Okay.
So this is the reason why many people lost the job as a tester.
That's what.
Now I, as a company, I say I do not need a tester, because on a testing platform, the whole deployment is automated.
Yes.
I only need production people who actually handle the real production environment. In between, whatever the hierarchy has, it's all gone. Either they have to upgrade their skills or they have to lose their job. Look at that now. Why we need a testing team? What they do? Because test deployment automatically happen, and if it is fail, it will throw an error here.
Yeah.
Correct, no?
Yeah.
If the testing fail, then it throw an error. So it means that this team we do not need. I only need 2 team member. One who is a developer, and now not a normal developer. If you know Java, I say thank you very much. I don't need. Sir, I am master in .NET. I do not need. I need a people who know Java, .NET plus YAML and JSON. So now many developer I have seen who was quite old guy here, 20-25 years.
Okay.
They are gurus and they lost the job. Just because Infosys is very clear cut say that now at the age of 55 years, you have to learn YAML. And not YAML, because now see that in YAML in Azure is a different format. YAML in AWS is a different format.
Yeah.
So that you know that when you grow older, its learning capacity is also down, right?
Yeah, obviously.
It's not easy for you. So many,
because of.
yeah, I receive many call from many of the old people whom I know, whom I say, sir, when I started my career, they are at some level. But today they call me, Bipin, can you help me to get somewhere? I say, why? What happened? No, yaar, they are asking me to learn 2-3 new things. It's very hard for me. I do not understand this new language pattern.
Yeah.
Some people who have a do and die situation, they can do, but some people they can't do. Simply that's it, because their eyesight has gone, right? You see now that now you see the whole production deployment.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Really.
which type of developer I know I need?
Yeah, yeah.
If they are a normal developer, I don't need. I know that, but you have to also create this YAML. How the deployment will happen?
Correct.
Because my DevOps tool understand YAML.
Yeah, correct.
Now you say that, sir, how can I write any YAML? I have to learn. So go and learn. Sir, how many YAML I have to learn? Today you are saying develop YAML for Azure. Tomorrow you will say develop YAML for AWS. Next day you say develop YAML for Google. Correct, huh?
Yeah. So, but without this like programming experience, can we learn YAML?
You can run YAML now. Why not? Yeah. Because in Azure, when you create an ARM template, we actually create a JSON and YAML, right?
Yeah. So for learning that type of thing, so basic some knowledge should be required, right? Programming knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
YAML is now a mandatory language for everyone. YAML, JSON, Groovy.
For example, if I'm a SQL admin, so I'm learning this Azure admin. Okay, this is admin wise. So I need to learn programming as well in the YAML, or
no. For you, it's not required.
Okay. That is only for programmer developers.
Yeah, only for development teams.
Okay.
Or a development team or automation team, whatever you can call.
Okay. So now in SQL, they are moving DR, disaster recovery, to IBM Cloud.
Okay.
So now they started this one. So I think another 2 years they'll move all the SQL.
So if you have anything which you probably face and you need my help now, you just give me a heads up on WhatsApp. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
I will find out a time and we will sit together.
Sure, sure, sure. So now they are asking how we are going to they are building the VMs in the IBM cloud.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, only thing what we have to do is we have to install SQL Server in the cloud and we have to backup and restore. So that is the thing I have proposed. So that is the okay, right? So apart from that, anything, any right, any process is there to move that from on-premise to cloud? Anything is there like that?
There is
Instead
a
of
one.
backup and restore?
There is a one way. We
Okay.
call this way as a, that day we say now, it's called database as an application package. So in a
Okay.
Visual Studio, you have to right click your database.
Mhm.
There you get an option to create application package file.
Okay. That is backpack something, right?
DACPack, yes.
Okay. So create a DACPack and then go
So
to the
DACPack is basically help you to migrate your all schema,
all schema. Okay.
all schema,
Okay.
all
What about
table,
the
database, views, procedure, whatever you have, huh? That you first migrate, because until that procedure and everything is not there, you cannot put your data.
okay, okay. So first schema we have to like create in the new cloud.
Yes.
After that, how data?
Data then later you can migrate now. So if IBM Cloud is
Okay.
give you on a storage,
Yeah.
they must have a storage client also. Install
Yeah.
the storage client on SQL Server, copy the data. So you have only two MDF and LDF file, right?
Yeah, correct.
Just copy that one and you attach there.
So this here, for example, in the on-premise, we have, for example, 5 drives, C, D, E, F, for example. So in the cloud, how it will be like? So we cannot see the drives, right? C, D, E, F, something like that.
No,
So
then
there,
you have to just copy the data file. Maybe I have copied the LDF file. There
okay.
I put it in an M drive.
There, which cloud? In cloud?
In cloud or anywhere else.
Okay,
You just
in
create
cloud,
another drive and put it there.
no, in cloud also you mean to say that C, D, E, F we can
Yeah,
create?
yeah, you can make that. No? You can add another hard disk and
Okay.
make that.
So it is equal to on-premise only, the structure?
Same.
Same structure. Okay.
No difference.
Oh.
Because you are taking VM. You are not taking the IBM PaaS service.
Okay.
Since you are taking a VM, so for you there is no difference at all.
Okay.
You can also use log shipping, no?
Yeah, yeah, log shipping you can use.
So once you configured everything, you can take a log shipping. Or easiest way I tell you, easiest way that you can get the video in my YouTube also.
Okay.
What you did, you take the backup of database.
Okay.
And then when you restore as a standalone.
As
a standalone.
Standalone.
So a standalone will go and create a read copy on destination SQL Server.
Read copy.
Read copy.
Okay.
So when you just go to my YouTube.
Okay.
Watch SQL database.
Okay.
Backup.
Okay.
Right? There you get the whole process.
Yeah.
Just follow the process. It's a very easy.
Okay.
Backup. While restoring, you only have to enable an option. Restore as a standalone.
Standalone means it's not readable, right? Only readable, not writable.
It's only readable. It's not writable.
Okay. So after backup and restore, we have to configure always on as well.
No, always on is different. Always on is a clustering.
Yeah, yeah. That one we have to do in our environment, I'm saying.
So on a WAN, if you do an always on, your cost will be very high. Because every time when you replicate, the data replication charges will charge.
Oh, okay. Since it is IBM cloud, they never mind, I think.
No, but bandwidth is not IBM. No, IBM not is a bandwidth provider, right?
Yeah, IBM. That is from client provider.
Yeah, so you have to say that whatever the bandwidth we are consuming to upload the data, IBM must be using Tata Communication or Reliance Communication.
Okay.
So IBM has to pay Reliance, na? If you are using the bandwidth.
Okay, then what is the best practice?
Yeah. You understood now, right?
Understood, but what will be the best practice then?
Do not get cluster. Now, why we need cluster?
For disaster recovery?
You have backup now there. already. A standalone backup, anytime you can just convert into the read write only. Right click and simply change that.
Yeah. So you
Just
mean
watch the video, you will get the whole idea in the YouTube.
okay, okay. So you mean that backup, this one, the disaster recovery is not required then.
Not required.
Once it
Not
is moved
required.
to cloud.
If IBM provide any inbuilt tool, then it's okay for you. If no, then if you are only using SQL own native service, the best practice is that use the backup and restore.
Okay. So backup, if you take the backup, all the MDF and LDF will be inside the backup file, right? So it will
Yeah,
be
it's
not
there.
bad. So
Yeah.
no need of copying that MDF and LDF and put it there, right?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
This video I'm talking.
Okay. SQL
Just
backup
go,
and recovery, SQL log.
just go and check this one.
Mm.
You will get the whole idea. I have a 2-3 videos related to that backup one. So check
Okay.
all 3 videos.
Okay. I have access, right, for this?
This is a public video.
Okay.
This is not a specific. This is public video. So anyone can access.
Sure, sure.
Just type SQL backup, hit enter,
Yeah.
and you get all 3 video.
Mm.
Find out which is relevant to you.
Sure, sure.
I have given every method: log shipping method,
Okay.
a stretch database method,
Okay.
and third is a backup and recovery.
Okay. I will watch it today itself.
Yeah, just watch it. And you can maybe do a test environment also in your scenario. But
Yeah.
whenever you need my help, just give me a WhatsApp heads up. Okay.
Sure.
Right. Maybe
I
need
think-
some
Yeah.
advanced heads up, maybe 48 or 72 hours before.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will sit with you to do that.
Sure.
If you can
Sure.
arrange remote, then that's much better.
Sure, sure, Vikram, sure. I will.
ठीक ना? Chalo, thank you, Gopi.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. When I think that we are planning to schedule one interview session, not this month, is very tied up. Next month, so you will get a call anyhow.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, just attend the session because that is we conduct regularly after every 1 and 2 months.
Okay, fine.
Right? Okay. Chalo. Yeah.
So certificate I can ask Aditi, right?
Yeah, you can ask anything.
Okay. Thank you so much, Vipin. Thank you so much for your training.
Thank you, Gopi. Nice working with you. Huh?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye.